Hello everyone, my name is Uli and I am a history nerd, and today I have something adjacent to history, which is coin collecting, also very nerdy activity. But I have been collecting coins for many years. I have been not very good at organizing my collection or keeping track of it, or even really knowing what I have. I like to buy things, I like to do that, save stuff, and then I never really go through it. Today I'm hoping to change that, hoping to maybe update some of the coins in my books and kind of figure out what it is I have. This will be probably a long series of videos, but hopefully we'll find some goodies, and it'll be a lot of fun. Today I have this wonderful wooden box. I have a lot of flips in here. I know they're probably a majority all pennies. I know I have some Indian head cents, some wheat cents, and I know I have some memorials. But I think that's pretty much all that I have in this box. And I know that all these are flips, and it's got this really cool little hidden secret compartment with some more flips underneath and some tubes. Quite a lot. There's some labels. I've never gone through these. I've never looked into them, so I don't really know what are in these. Looks like a wheat head there, and then we've got more flips right here, and hopefully we can find some things for my album. Hopefully we can find some goodies. What I'm gonna do is go through these two top shelves first and these flips and lay them out on my table, see what I have, and then after that we'll go through the tubes and just kind of coin roll hunt basically. Here we are set up on my table. I've got Red Book pulled up there as well as an audio book. I've got my albums right here. These are just my Lincoln Cent albums. I know I have some Indian head cents in here, but I don't really have an Indian head cent book. Never really invested in one, but I am, which is why I'm curious to see how many dates I have, and if I have any of the key dates or really nice ones. From what I can tell, probably all going to be around pretty typical grade for these kind of coins. Nothing super special. I'm not really, not getting my hopes up. I'm, not expecting a whole lot from these. Hopefully we can get some upgrades or some new dates in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get these organized into type, and then from there we can organize them into dates and see if I can get a date run. Alright, so I've separated the pennies out by type, and there are a lot more Indian head cents than I initially thought, and I'm super excited. A lot of them are, typical grade, like I kind of thought, but I didn't pay too much attention to the dates. But I will say there seems to be a lot more dates than I initially thought, and I'm pretty excited about it. We're gonna go through and see how many I can get. I've never really had a collection of Indian head cents before, so it'll be really cool. As for the wheat cents, not that big of a turnout, but I already have a couple of really cool finds. So there's a 1909. I already did check the back, no VDB. And I also found this really nice BU Red 1955S. That is a beautiful coin. So there's a couple of those like that. Over here, I found a proof 61 for the memorials. There's a few of these really nice, which will definitely upgrade the ones I have in my book. And to my surprise, again, lots of nickels. We even have some silver. That's a huge win. I'll take that. And I think there was even some silver quarters and dimes in here, so this will be super fun to go through. I've got some proof nickels too. So what I'm going to do, I'm really excited about this Indian head scents. So I'm going to go through here, clear off the table, and I'm going to set them up row by row and see how many dates we get. Okay, here they are, all sorted out, and I have to say, I think I did a pretty good job. I have a lot of dates, and as I expected, a lot of them are standard, pretty typical condition for wheat scents. Some of them definitely better than others. I think one of the best ones that I saw was this 1880. It's got full liberty. I can't really get it to focus there, but it does look pretty good. There weren't really like too many better dates over here, but as we got older, I actually did find some better dates. So we have an 1879 there, we have an 1869, and even an 1866. That was a very exciting find, and it's not that bad. In detail, it's a pretty decent coin. Good rim. And another surprise was this 1873, and I even found a Flying Eagle 1857. It got some gunk on it, some rough shape. Looks like it used to be a 36S holder. Didn't realize that. Wonder where that coin is. Maybe we'll find it. The only one that I could not figure out, I might have to look at it under another microphone glass. This damaged one. Can't quite make out the last digit. It's either a 3 or a 2. However, the only thing that was a little bit of a bummer is because this 1894 was the only date that I'm missing. Otherwise, we have a straight run through the 90s, through the 1900s, the 1990s, and 80s. If only I had that 94, I'd have like 30 years of unbroken dates, which honestly is awesome. So maybe we'll find it. I'm not giving up hope. Do is kind of make a master set and then put it in a little folder. I think I might invest in a book because a lot of these have these like rusted, you can tell they've been in here for a really long time. Look at that, that's just been eaten up. This one's not very good, but anyway, I don't like these staples. They're rusted, not really appealing, so I'll have to invest in something better. But for now, I'm just gonna put them in a little plastic folder with pages, and then the rest will kind of be organized and put back into my lovely wooden box. So I just wanted to bring this back in. So one thing I noticed when I was going through these is on the 1886 date, I found these two that said V1 and V2. At first I didn't really know what that meant. Maybe version 1, version 2. Well, there's actually a type 1, type 2 to these coins, and basically the difference is the last feather in Lady Liberty's headdress. On one version, the feather is pointing more towards the IC in the word America, and on the other version, it's more pointed towards the A in America, the CA. Now, this says that it's both versions, but when I look at it, I gotta say, I think that maybe it's mislabeled because these both seem to be the same version. I'm gonna err on the side of caution to say that it was mislabeled and that they're both the same type. Neither of them are really more expensive than the other as far as I can tell, so I'll just pick the nicer of the two and say that I only have one type. Just wanted to bring us in for a closer view at those better dates. So here's that 1879. It's pretty beat up. It's got some gunk on it, it looks like. You can kind of tell, although it is hard to tell through this plastic that is kind of making it hard to see. And then we've got that 1873, same kind of gunk. I'm not really good with grading, but I can tell these ones are pretty slicked, pretty beat up. Here's that 1869, and this one's really, really rough. You can just see the date, and then that's pretty much it. I'll take it, though. And then here's that 66, which honestly, I mean, compared to the others, is really good. We've got a lot of liberty. We've got great detail around the edges, except for like on the top there, it kind of smooths out. We've got some good detail on the Lady Liberty's face. This one's definitely good. We even got some coloration there. I don't know if that's just age or not, but here's a close-up of that flying eagle we found. I know there's lots of varieties with these. I don't know specifically if there's anything for the 57. It'll definitely be something that I will have to look up. And while we're zoomed in, here's the one that I couldn't quite tell. Although now that I can see better with the camera, I do think that's a 3. Before I couldn't tell if it was a 3 or a 2. I gotta say, that looks more like a 3 to me. With the naked eye, not really able to tell, and it is definitely seen better days. This is a rough one. Oh, come on, focus. And here we have our final little overview in my folder. Put them in front of my large scent collection. Very small, not that impressive of a large scent collection, but I've got a few. There's that 57 there that we found. Put it in front of a 58 that I already had in there. And then starts our little date run, moving through, and I decided to keep an open slot for the 94 that I don't have. Hopefully I'll be able to fill it up one day, and I'll have a nice little spot for it. But it moves through and kind of ends here, and then I just threw in the rest of them. Gotta tape that one. I accidentally did a little too rough, split the page. But overall, I'm very pleased, very happy with what I've been able to get. And in the next video, stay tuned as I go through all those wheat scents and memorials. And I'll find even more goodies. If you've stayed this long, thank you. And go touch some grass. This video is sponsored by grass. It's awesome for you.